Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to talk about the new lines of computers that Apple released this week. We have on one end the Mac Mini, which now has the M2 chip and the M2 Pro. On the other end, we have two MacBook Pros, the 14-inch and the 16-inch, that can now have two new chips, the M2 Pro and the M2 Max. In this video, I'm going to do some comments on these new products and also talk about the differences between this new generation and the old generation of Apple Silicon. We're talking about the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. Apple didn't go with a big event to launch this new product. They did a press release sometime this week, including an 18-minute video that you can find on YouTube or on Apple's website. So let's talk about the first product, the Mac Mini, which now has the M2 and the M2 Pro chips. It's impressive to me that this new computer starts at $599 or $600. And that's a beautiful little computer for family use. For example, if you want a computer in the living room for the kids, that one can do the job without any problem. If you are a student and you just need to do your homework and stuff, with $600, you get 8 gig of unified memory, which is not bad, by the way, with 8 core CPU, 10 core of GPU, and 250 gig of storage. One other thing I like is that you can pick your network interface card. You can go with 1 gig per second or 10 gig per second. So if you are in a 10 gig environment, just like I did and upgrading my network lately, and I show you that on KB trainings where I install a new switch and so on, you can pick a 10 gig network interface card on your Mac Mini, which is a great thing. So now let's talk about the 14-inch and the 16-inch MacBook Pro. They now have the M2 Pro and the M2 Max, which is an improvement compared to the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. But when you look at the design on the outside, there's no difference between the 2021 M1 Pro and M1 Max. They look exactly the same. But inside, we have a couple differences that I'm going to mention here. With the M1, we had a choice between the 8-core CPU or 10-core CPU. But now with the M2 Pro and M2 Max, we have a choice between a 10-core CPU or 12-core CPU. The first big thing is that with the M2 Max, you can now bring your memory all the way to 96 gigabytes of unified memory. That is a lot. I don't know who needs that. I don't need it. So if you do some crazy work on your computer and you need that much memory, you can have it on your MacBook Pro with the M2 Max. I have a 64 gig M1 Max and I cannot complain. I've never used it to the max. So right now, 96 gig, you may be out there needing it. For the GPU, we can go all the way to 38 core compared to the 32 with the M1. So that will bring you some performance increase in those new chips. For example, if you do animation rendering with the M2 Pro, you're going to work 20% faster than the M1 Pro. If you compile code with Xcode, you're going to have 25% faster speed compared to the M1 Pro. Image processing in Photoshop is 40% faster now. With the M2 Max, color grading in DaVinci Resolve is now 30% faster compared to the M1 Max, and effect rendering in Cinema 4D is now 30% faster. And then we have three other differences internally. Now we have the new HDMI 2.1 instead of the 2.0 that we had last time, so you can support more displays with higher refresh rates. And we have the new Bluetooth 5.3 instead of 5.0 that we had in the last generation, which gives you higher quality sound, better performance, and low consumption of your battery. And then we have the Wi-Fi 6E, which brings you faster speeds compared to Wi-Fi 6 because we're using the 60 gigahertz band. And you also need to make sure that you also have a router or an access point that supports Wi-Fi 6E. Otherwise, it would make a big difference. So who are these products for? First of all, if you are a student or if you need a family computer, the M1 Mini can do the work just fine. If you need something that is mobile, you can go with the MacBook Air. If you are a professional, the MacBook Pro will definitely cover all your work without any problem. I have the M1 Max from last year. I am so happy with it. I'm actually going to make a video to tell you the last year how I used it, how I made money with it. I use it for my video productions. I use it for YouTube. I use it for all kind of events that I cover. And most of my cameras are cinematic cameras. So I never had any problem with this M1 here. So if you are not on board with Apple Silicon, if you still have an Intel-based computer, I will tell you that this is the thing, man. You will not be disappointed. But if you are on Apple Silicon using the M1 like me here, unless you need more memory or you have just enough money to spend, I would say it's not worth the upgrade. By the way, I tried to upgrade mine and I couldn't go through with it for some reasons that I'm going to tell you in this new video. So there are reasons that prevented me from upgrading to the M2. The resale value and the trade-in value can be a problem. So we are discussing that here in this video if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. That's all for today. If you like the video, like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of my next video. Also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.